If you have come across this video before September 2025, get ready because your entire life is about to go through a major transformation. We are having a number of very karmic astrological events happening the entire month of September. Not only are we going to be beginning the month of September with a very potent new moon on August 22nd in the sign of Virgo, we are also going to be having Saturn re-entering the sign of Pisces along with two solar eclipses that are going to be heavily affecting the Pisces-Virgo axis. When Saturn re-enters the sign of Pisces, we are going to have a very major karmic shift in all of our lives. We are going to be revisiting karmic themes that we've been experiencing since 2023 into 2024 as it relates to how you experience Pisces energy. And you might find yourself going back and revisiting creative themes, spiritual themes, anything involving your actual daily life and where Pisces is in your birth chart is going to suddenly have this shift where you are going to be focusing on that energy from September 2025 into February of 2026. Since May of this year, we have had Saturn in the sign of Aries, which you might have experienced a new beginning in your life as it pertains to Aries themes. You could have become a lot more disciplined with these themes in your life and have really started launching new creative projects or moving forward with just new themes in your life. And now when Saturn goes back into the sign of Pisces, Saturn is going to ask you to revisit these Piscean themes, revisit these creative themes in your life, and also think about what you do each day spiritually in your spiritual practices. You may find yourself focusing more on themes like astrology or just focusing on things more in your life as it pertains to spirituality and manifestation. It is also very possible that you'll find yourself going back and revisiting Piscean themes and really becoming more disciplined with your approach with these themes in your life. So when Saturn re-enters the sign of Aries in February of 2026, you are officially ready to go forward with this new chapter of your life with Aries themes. When we finally go back into the energy that Saturn and Aries bring, you're going to find yourself taking all of that momentum that you build from September to February and really move forward with it very fast. Aries energy is very, very fast. It's the first sign of the zodiac. It's all about new beginnings and initiation. So when we go back into this time period where Saturn is in the sign of Pisces and then we re-enter the Saturn and Aries energy in the spring, we are going to take all of that creative energy and we are going to be ready to move forward with that energy, and it's going to happen very, very fast in the spring of 2026. Right now is kind of the time where we are going to be reassessing these themes and getting much better at them. The other thing that is going to be happening in September is we are going to have two major solar eclipses that are going to be impacting the Virgo Pisces axis. And the first solar eclipse that we are going to be experiencing is going to be on September 7th. And during the time of the solar eclipse, we are going to have the North Node in Pisces conjunct the moon in Pisces. And this is going to bring a major karmic new beginning around Piscean themes in your life. You may find yourself having very karmic experiences around September 7th. And even now in August, up until this time, you might find yourself going through kind of like a shadow period before this begins. And wherever Pisces is in your birth chart, you'll begin to have more karmic themes around this house for you. And if you have any planets in the sign of Pisces, this might put you more into the spotlight. You might find yourself doing more with your career or just receiving some sort of major promotion or just more visibility in general. You may also find yourself meeting your destiny, those with their North Node natally in the sign of Pisces, and that you'll have some sort of major karmic theme around your destiny that this solar eclipse bring into the light and cause you to be pushed more into the spotlight and more into your destiny depending on what house you have your North Node in. And again, if you have any planets in the sign of Pisces, this is major karmic new beginnings for you. If you have any planets in the sign of Virgo, because this is not just going to be impacting Pisces energy specifically, this is also going to be impacting Virgo energy because the Pisces Virgo axis is going to be lit up by the first solar eclipse. In the Virgo energy of this solar eclipse, we are going to have the Sun, Mercury, and the South Node all in the sign of Virgo, all in a conjunction. So you may find yourself reassessing communications. You might have changes with partnerships in your life. You might also have some sort of major new beginning around the way you communicate around themes of social social media. You could also find that if you work in a communications field specifically, you will be more impacted by this because Virgo is ruled by the planet Mercury, which rules and governs all communications. You might also find that this solar eclipse is really this new beginning for you, where things will really be progressing and moving forward in your life very, very quickly. And with Mercury being in the sign of Leo at the time of the solar eclipse and Uranus being in the sign of Gemini square to that energy, you're going to find some sort of major change there, and it is going to bring your communications onto like another level of visibility. You might find that this new beginning that you have around communication is going to really cause you to change the way that you think about things. You might find yourself really having this new beginning around communications, your creativity, and what you really want to do based around those themes. And again, if you are more of a creative person or somebody who works in a creative profession or a communications profession, this will impact you even more. And the second solar eclipse that we are going to be having on the 21st of September is going to continue the story of Virgo and Pisces energy, where this second solar eclipse is going to have the sun and the moon in a perfect conjunction in the sign of Virgo. And this is going to continue the story of Mercury themes, communication themes within your life. Think about Mercury retrogrades, and during times of Mercury retrogrades, we reassess communications. We have things going on involving actual communication, social media, things of that nature. The entire month of September is going to really have a major theme around communications because of how much Virgo energy we're experiencing and these two solar eclipses. This second solar eclipse that we're going to be having with the sun and the moon in a perfect conjunction in the sign of Virgo, and Mercury is going to be there as well, is going to bring this new beginning at the end of September. It's going to bring this brand new start into your life, especially around communications theme. And you might find yourself changing the way you do things, or just finding yourself reassessing the way that you communicate. You may also find that the houses in your chart that are impacted by both Pisces and Virgo energy will really be the themes you're going to experience throughout the entire month of September. This is going to bring a huge major transformation of these themes into your life. You might start to really have just major change and major breakthroughs as it relates to these signs. And because all of this Virgo energy we're experiencing and the Pisces energy is going to initiate a major new beginning, because we're having sun moon conjunctions during the time of the solar eclipses and Mercury is involved, and then we also have the north node and south node on the Pisces Virgo axis. This is major new karmic beginnings and major transformation in your life. Pay attention to the themes you experience during this time. And if you start a new creative project, if you start a new communications project, if you write a book around this time, if you do anything relating to communications or your daily life and just the things you do each day, you may also find that the things you create and the projects you create around the month of September have a higher likelihood of getting a lot of visibility. And this is because Venus is going to be in the sign of Leo. And when Venus is in the sign of Leo, it really expands upon the spotlight energy onto those creative projects. So if you start something in the month of September, it has a higher likelihood of becoming more successful. It's also very likely that if you begin a new relationship during the month of September, this is going to be the month that you could get into a relationship that really gets a lot of traction. Like, people start really talking about your romantic relationships. Venus in the sign of Leo is going to cause other people to want to see your relationships in the spotlight and talk about your relationship. This is not necessarily super romantic astrology, depending on the rest of your chart. But when we have Venus in the sign of Leo, this is going to be very beneficial for starting creative projects. Saturn going back into the sign of Pisces is also very beneficial for this. You might also find, again, anything you do around the time of September will gain a lot of traction and a lot of visibility. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you're interested in a personal reading, my website is linked in the comments section.